Hey, this is Damien Kawaki. Those who actually know me know I'm not Kawaki, but I'm not gonna go into that aspect of personality and all that jazz. I am wearing my I Am Not Amused shirt today, which follow one of the links below. You can find our shirts. Today we're gonna talk about masculine makeup for our vlogmas. Um, I didn't really make a plan for this. If you guys watched the first Vlogmas thing of what I was going to do, but I knew that there was quite a few videos that I needed to do, so we're doing Vlogmas. So, my friend had one of my friends, a partner, wanted to know how to do masculinization, facial hair makeup. And while I do have some facial hair, if you guys ever see videos where we're doing live streams and stuff, I usually look like I have quite a bit more facial hair than what I have because I have the facial hair of like a 15-year-old boy, as you can see. Just like, let's see here, you got like just a little bit of patching here, a little bit of patching here, and the mustache, which, no. So, to masculinize the face, I go through a routine for camera and I go through a routine that I do for like in person. I do different routines for different because, oh gosh, Kat, you are bringing in too much light for me. Come, hide your tail. Thank you. So I do different routines for different stuff. And if you'll give me just a moment. There we go. You can't even tell that I was gone. I just adjusted some lighting settings. I say lighting settings as if I have like official lighting. All I did was turn off a light and move a light closer. Yeah. I have lamps that I move around. Maybe one day I'll have cool lights. So yeah, so here's what I do. I have a number of products that I typically use. I use like contouring sticks, um, eyebrow pencils. Give me a moment. All right. Sorry for that pause. I have children, so things, you know, they happen. Um, yes. So like, I use contouring sticks. I have these eyebrow pencils that I showed you. Most stuff, like I don't have like a whole lot of name brand stuff, and like I'll see contour videos and stuff, and they list like a gazillion products that I can never afford. And they're like, oh yeah, it's real easy. Buy these products that I can't afford. So what I've learned is that multi-sticks from like Wet n Wild, eyeshadows, you can really use very basic stuff to just have the same effect as very expensive contouring creams and stuff. So to start with, let me just pull out my stuff that I have. I got some different brushes and pads. So like I use these. These are like for like putting on foundation. A lot of the videos I've seen, a lot of people prefer to not even. This one's for eyebrows, for an eyebrow pencil. Um, a lot of people prefer not to even go and use like makeup pads to put on the foundation. They used to just use their hands. Um, Maybe I will mention personality defects a little bit here. Personality defect is maybe not the right word, but personality quirks. I don't like the feel of stuff on my hands. It makes my hands crawl. So I typically just use little pads and stuff. Foundations. I don't like to lay down foundation beforehand, but I do like to start with concealer, and I usually do that under the eyes. And I don't know if I can get this camera to zoom or anything. I don't think this one can do that, unfortunately. My phone can, but this one cannot. And so, like, this concealer is actually a CoverGirl Simply Ageless. So I just usually dab a little under my eyes. Got, and then have it blended in. So, all right. So I have a mirror to kind of help me out seeing stuff. So like I said, I usually put a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes, kind of take care of like the circles and then the marks that my things are. But I don't typically put a lot of foundation on at first, mostly because I don't want to cover my facial hair with foundation for any reason. But two, because I typically use a little bit of foundation to help blend. So that already adds foundation to my face. Three, most men don't wear foundation to begin with. So putting foundation on typically just makes your face a smooth tone. And a lot of men don't have a smooth one-tone skin tone to their face because they don't wear foundation. So if you're masculinizing, you're wanting to keep your face the normal flex and tones. So I don't tend to even like do like a whole lot of concealer other than like under my eyes where I tend to have darker circles due to just my general skin complexion and insomnia. So there's that. All right, so then I usually go through and I take, and this is like for like on camera since I'm recording video today as it is. So I usually come through and take a brown pencil. If it needs sharpened, I have this eyebrow sharpener or brow pencil sharpener. Sharpen it a little bit. And then I come through and I typically go through on the nose area, like right here, and then right here in the line of the crease here. And then I come through under here, and then right here. And I do the same on the other side for my nose. And I'll probably come through on this side like with a thicker pencil for that as well. And then right here, a little bit of a line. So, and that's for the eyes. And then, like I said, I usually take a bit of a thicker one since I'm doing this for not just like day, but like on camera. So camera makeup is a little bit heavier because you're under lights. I don't know if anybody's ever like done theater who's watched my videos. Usually theater makeup is a lot. Sorry, let me see if this is important or not. No, wrong finger. I cannot tell. So just updating. It's just like update your apps, whatever. Not important, but I'll do it. So like I said, I come through with this. This is a bit thicker, just to put the right under the brow. I find this gives me the look I prefer. Then I come through and then like right, let me see, right here on my face, And the same, like here, I do lines for contour. So, like here, I've got a dot there that says, like, and then I just draw down, and then let me just dot like against it so that I can see where I need to. So then I draw down. And I got a bit of a shaky hand, so unfortunately, let me just get rid of the dot part. Hopefully it won't do too much damage to... And then I usually do a second line, just of about equal length for mine, on both sides. Now, when it comes to this part, right, I saw one video where the guy put a red highlight here. Also, like, and I do this typically too, I'm going to come through and shadow right there. So right here on my nose. I don't know if it makes it look thinner or thicker or what, but I usually typically like the look of it. Now, the other thing is that if you're a male, right, you're male, you typically have an Adam's apple. And if you're AFAB and trans and you don't have an Adam's apple, so you're going to want to highlight for an Adam's apple, you're going to want to, like, do like that for an Adam's apple. So, and then the other thing is that I don't do a lot of this much anymore, but like I used to come through like this with the pen, with this pen, with the brown, and do it. But with facial hair and with the structure of my face now being more masculine since I've been on testosterone, I don't have to do it very much. But if you are AFAB and you're not on testosterone and your facial structure is still very rounded, you can take the jaw and square the jawline. And I used to do this a lot more when I wasn't on T. So, yeah, there's that. All right, so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a highlighting. You can use like a light eyeshadow. Ooh, I forgot something that I do specifically for camera a lot of times. Because I'm older. I am in my 30s. But even when I was in my early 30s, people would tell me I looked like I was 17 or 15. But that I looked like a teenager. Now that I am balding a lot more, I don't get that as much, but I still typically do this, and that is I come through and I get these lines here where, so I dropped one of my contour pencils. And I go through and I just get these lines here and darken them a little bit. So I do that because it helps to add that aging to me. So, yeah. It looks weird right now. I kind of look like a weird tiger. And then I come through. You're going to want to take a highlighting, and you're going to want to come through and you're going to want to highlight the nose, right? Where, so I put a good layer of highlight on the nose. You want to highlight in between those two lines. So you take your highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild contouring palette. So it does actually have like the contour color that is as well as the highlight color. I don't use the contour color for camera makeup. I use it for when it's in person. So, and I highlight usually here, and then above and below it just a little bit. And same on the other side. Just right. I've been considering, personally, shaving my hair. Just shaving it because I am balding. But then I remember that I actually don't like having short hair. I prefer my hair long. But I am balding, and you can see that I'm actually even balding now in the center of my widow's peak. Although the whole widow's peak is great, because if I ever want to cosplay Vegeta, which that has been on my mind, our mind, if you will. For those who know me, you know what I'm saying. For those who don't, well, we'll just let you stay there for now. So then put a little bit of highlighter in between where I've contoured right here. And then what some people do is they'll put like a pink highlighter here. I already have a lot of Rocher color to my face because, surprisingly, and this might be surprising for people who've only seen me with black hair, my natural hair color is red. It's like a strawberry blonde red. It is the same color as what Fauna's natural hair color is, a strawberry blonde red. It kind of blonded out by the time I was 7. Fauna's has stayed red. The Texas sun did a number on my hair, basically. So then I bleached it really, really blonde when I was 16. But I dye it black now. So, yeah, this is dye. I just dye it black. I feel like I like my hair black better. Let's see. We then usually take a pencil of some sort to thicken the eyebrows, because eyebrows on AFABs are typically very thin, and so I do brown through it, right? First, I just kind of stroke, and then I take a black to mix with it, because one color eyebrows are, hair in general is not typically just one color. It is usually more than one. So like I then stroke it with the black, and I do both sides obviously to kind of give it a thicker look. And this brow is a little bit thinner right at the end because of where I used to have a brow piercing, or the one I'm doing right now, which I may or may not re-pierce at some point. Those trans people who don't know this, there is facial hair implantation surgeries that can be done. Of course, that can be very expensive. I have considered it. It's the same kind of surgery that they do for if you're balding and you want to get hair implantation. The same plastic surgeons who do that will do facial hair as well. The cost is, it can be as low as $4,000 to $15,000 last time I looked up, and that was, I was told that back though in 2014, 2015. So I would say account for inflation. Possibly. I do not know. I have to look into that again myself. So I mean, depending, if I ever can get enough cash, I may go for trying to do that. So then what I do is I'm blending it using this. This is a brow pencil, Wet n Wild brow pencil, and it has this like little thing, and I'm blending the color that makes the brows look thicker, and it really does. If you see, it does make the brow look more prominent. I do not like make a shape for my brows other than what is already my natural shape. So there, that I'm just gonna say right now, my brows, I don't like shape them. I just keep them the natural. They're just like round shape. So yeah. All right. Now, hold up. I'm back. That was just another child asking a question. Let's see. So we done the brows, and we were probably going to be at blending. So I have quite a few different foundations, but lately I've been using this because it also has sunscreen in it. So it is CoverGirl Olay Age Defying Makeup, broad spectrum SPF 10. Um, so I use it to kind of help with the blending of my stuff. And I usually start with like just kind of dabbing just a little bit on the face. And I really do need a mirror because unfortunately oh wow, this video is taking longer than I expected it to take. I should know that though. And so then I just kind of blend. So just kind of blend the makeup. So, and already kind of makes those lines look a little bit more pronounced on the forehead. And I don't know how well you can see that, but it does look a little more pronounced. And just a little bit for dab the nose, dab of, yeah, I just dab cheek, dab the cheek, and then I just put that down through here. And of course, I have to be very careful because I actually do not want to put a whole lot of like foundation into what is my actual facial hair because I don't want it covering my facial hair. And of course, since I am working on this side, I'm going to show you guys. And then I just kind of want to like blend that into the shadowing of the eye, and then just like that. And of course, there you go. You get how gives like the lines of the face. At least you know, there's sort of some blending still needing to be done a little bit, but we'll get to there. Just kind of take care of, put some back over here just to, so kind of take care of this side. Be very careful about like I said. It's actually a lot more difficult for me than when I do it in the bathroom. I did start a video where I was doing this on my old phone in the bathroom. and it filled up my old phone to the point where my phone just stopped functioning right. And then I got a new phone because I realized that my old phone just kind of wasn't working for me. So then, of course, you gotta blend this stuff too, like down here. So, and so we're gonna just kind of. And I gotta. And notice I did not put a like any mascara, any foundation on that yet, and so it's like a really dark brown right now, and I don't want it to be like a dark brown because I'm not like trying to change my skin color exactly. I'm trying to highlight and contour a Adam's apple, which I am terrible at this part. It never comes out the way I expect it to. So there might be better tutorials on how to do that. But for now, at least I tried. And you're going to want to do that if you are a fab and are trying to masculinize. So, once everything's blended, and let me put on my glasses so I can make sure everything's properly blended, because I actually cannot see without them. And of course, my light. Don't mind me. No, yeah, that's what you want to see, the dust all over the shirt. Let's see if I move that light a little bit. So, I'm just gonna make sure everything's blended. I mean, it could be. I mean, it looks okay. I think the worst part is that, like, no matter what I try to do with this part, I never really get the look I hope for, but, it could be worse. So, my notification sound is a bit distracting, isn't it? Yeah. All right. So this is the real part that, my partner had wanted information on, and this is the part of the facial hair. Like, how do I do that look? And I had, there's several ways you can do facial hair. You could just get, theater glue. I use, there's two types of theater glue. One of them, I'm skipping out. My mind's not working on it. But there's also like just taking, rain, come on, work. There's also just taking, say, silicone, like what you see, like liquid silicone or liquid latex or whatever, um, and using it as a theater glue and putting it onto your face and placing in cut pieces of hair, or there's this like wool stuff, and I have some. And at some point, I can show how to apply that and how you do that for facial hair. But for that, you typically want to shave off any actual facial hair you have, because getting it caught in the liquid silicone or the theater glue, depending on what you're using, is not a pleasant experience. Now, what I do is, of course, I dye my facial hair because, like I said, I'm naturally redheaded, light haired. So my facial hair grows in blonde and red, and therefore is very invisible, despite the fact that it's long. So I dye it black. And then I take mascara. And I used to use mascara on my brows too, but I don't really need it on my brows. Sometimes, like when I do for like video and my brows aren't already dyed, I will do it. But I definitely use mascara for the facial hair. And then hold up. All right, so kids again. So what I was saying is I take this and I hold up. They're outside. So I take this and I kind of just brush through gently across the mustache area. And already you can see that it darkens it a little bit. And then I brush gently through the already natural what I have. And again, it just darkens it. So, and then do the same here. And I just kind of brush through. And again, like I said, you just get a dark patch. And so this does, so like if you don't have any facial hair already, this really isn't gonna benefit those who don't already have facial hair. But this is where I start because I do have facial hair and I've had facial hair since I started growing in facial hair, I'd say 2 to 3 months after I started tea, but it was long and slow for it to get as long as it is, and I did not want to shave it for any reason because of that. Like I said, there's dark patch, dark patch. That's it. That's like all I got. So I mean, I have a little tiny pieces of hair there, but coloring them in doesn't do anything. I also have little bits of brow hair like right in between. And so like I do usually come through and swoop those too, which I know most people are like, well, why would you want a unibrow? I don't, but it gives, you see those little bits of hair and it looks a little bit thicker. And like I said, if I was doing camera, I usually just do a swoop through. But when it's in person, I don't even do that. I don't even bother because it's already thick enough. On camera, I do put a little bit of the mascara through it. And so there's that. Hey, Spectre. And so this also, this is an eyebrow thing as well, but I don't, if I'm out of my other stuff, then I use it. So this is one of those things you get in a Halloween makeup kit, like say this. And I use it like this. Here is the black. I take the black. And this is the trick that people are probably looking for, right? I take this little holy black, I guess it's a stipple brush of some sort. I also use this one. This one's a little bit different. It's a little softer. This one is a little harder. Anyway, this is what I do. I take it and I bring it up on my chin. And I fill that space in. So and so I fill that space in. So let's see if we can see that or not. Maybe not yet. so then take it down through here, and again I fill in so it gives a sort of shadow. I may need to put a little bit of a harder press into this because it's not like grabbing today. And so then there we go. And like I said, I fill that space in to give that shadow. And so it gives just, I don't know if you can see it or not. You can kind of see it. It's still not quite there yet. And it takes a couple tries even for me. I just put in, just come through. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. So then you could kind of now definitely, let me see if I can get my, you could definitely see it on this side where it's like doing that, sorry, it just, where you could see that shadow like coming through. And then this one, what I do is I then kind of ease out the line so that it looks a little more natural. And then I come through and I create the shape that I want with my facial hair, which is sort of a connection here. And so you can see that connection, right? There you go. Now I have that. And a connection here. So there you have it. And then I usually put a little dab right there to make it look like I have some facial hair right there. Because like I do have a little bit of facial hair right there, but it's like not even enough to highlight with like the mascara. So, and that's basically it. That's what I do to look. Let me put on this. That's it. That's what I do. So that is how I get a pretty much masculine. So like, let me just make sure like, just make sure I got my, so that's how I do it. That is how I get the whole facial hair look. That is what I do. So I guess this is the full disclosure. The facial hair I typically have in my videos is mostly makeup. I mean, I do have facial hair. I just well, I'm trans, so this is what I do. Also, we're gonna drop my camera down a little bit, hopefully. Maybe? Ha ha ha. There we go. And lift it up a little bit. But drop it down. So like you see like I envy my artwork's facial hair because at least he has a full on beard. I would love to have a full on beard. There is something glittering on my shirt. I do not know what it is. It is a yeah, so yeah, something's glittering right there. Oh well, no big deal. And if you hear that sound, that is our trash people. So anyway, this video is at 40 minutes. This is like the longest video I have recorded that is supposed to be like a just quick vlog. Thank you for staying this long. That is what I do. And see you next time. Happy vlogging.